What's up? Now, let's meet the star.
Greg, in Game 1 of the NBA season, how does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the five for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Antetokounmpo. Wembanyama is out there with Durant. Then it's Evan Mobley. And it's Curry in at the 2.
He's so quick and graceful at around 270 pounds. James, he's a wrecking ball.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. And that one misses. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. KD looking around. Over James, and KD the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo.
Just working his way inside there. Durant so good at just finding his shot all over the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to James. And he's good on the 3-ball. James has got 5 now.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Outside Curry. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. A nice shot by KD.
And for Durant, it's just that simple. Get the ball and shoot.
Antetokounmpo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Durant, and a wide open look for James. A 3-pointer, no good. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Gobert against Wembanyama. For the 3. And Kevin Durant again.
3.
He's got 7.
Well, it sure didn't take him much time to heat up. Aggressive start.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in, and Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Kevin Durant.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
There's 1:59 left in the first. And it's sent back by KD.
And how about the reach of Durant? A terrific job of having that on display defensively.
To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Davis kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, James. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. LeBron's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pacers. Wembanyama outside. Pass to Curry. Lets it go with the 3. Sinks the triple.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
Gilgeous-Alexander against LeVert. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. Durant for 3. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific.
LeBron outside. Floats one up. And the rejection by Wembanyama. KD passes to LeVert. And stolen by James. Davis looking for an opening. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Back to Davis. Pass to LeBron. Clock at 6. Davis with a screen on Wembanyama. Misses the 3. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Hawks lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Wembanyama. Stephen Curry's out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Durant, and it's Mobley in at the center. They get it back. Here's James. Mobley with the block.
Now, this is why you gotta be excited about Mobley. Already a special and versatile defender.
Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Antetokounmpo passes to Durant. Durant going to work inside. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
Here is Durant. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Knocks it loose. Giannis up top. He's guarded by Davis.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
James looking around. Lets it go from the wing. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. LeBron's got 10.
And you know James isn't thinking twice about that shot. Knows he has the green light.
Giannis dishes to KD. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
The loudest sections get t-shirts. Let me hear you.
While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second. And, of course, Kawhi Leonard.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Leonard with a screen on Durant. And here's LeBron outside. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to LeBron. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. LeBron outside. Front past the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Now here's Curry. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Mobley outside. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Davis knifing inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Personal foul.
And the agility to go with those long strides. Once Davis puts his head down, it really forces the defense to get aggressive.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a member of the NBA 75 team, Anthony Davis is the rare franchise player, someone you build your entire organization around.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. LeBron against Antetokounmpo. Pass to KD. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Antetokounmpo passes to KD. The shot missing. Great D that time from Leonard. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Mavericks. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Here's LeBron. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Utah.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
And Durant puts up a deep three. That shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
When I look at Atlanta, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road. Kind of like...
And now looking at the Pacers in this one, no separation to be found from either side.
They have been disruptive and aggressive on the defensive end of the...
That'll do it for our show.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Pacers leading by 4. Davis is out there with Gobert. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's the Pacers 5. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Atlanta. Curry with it. Leonard picks him up. Puts up a 3. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama, deadly inside.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Antetokounmpo. James kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to James. To the paint, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Misses from close range.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And Indiana shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Back to LeBron. And stolen by Mobley. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Gobert against Durant for the tie. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Davis, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. LeBron outside, shoots the three. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. LeBron's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers. Giannis outside. Pass to Durant. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
James finds Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
KD against Davis. Here's Wembanyama. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along and then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
James driving. Here's the three. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Giannis passes to Wembanyama. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist in this one. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Looking now at some numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coming off a terrific season, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And looking back at his number 2 steal rate, yeah, he did gamble a little bit, you're right. But he also played some hard-nosed on-ball defense, and that was key. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the third. Leonard dishes to Davis. Shoots over Mobley, and there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Leonard. And the Pacers lead by 1.
And how about the touch on that mid-range? Davis has that shot on automatic.
Outside, KD. And stolen by Leonard. James with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
There's a fluid power and athleticism that he possesses. Nearly impossible to contain Davis inside.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis, continuing to prove how dominant he is.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And Leonard is such a tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
That free throw good from Leonard. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Now here's Giannis. Still without a basket. Durant against Leonard. Durant down low. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
And the move and the basket, SGA has the defense shook.
James against Antetokounmpo. Inside, here's Curry. The focus from Curry gets it to fall inside.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
James against Durant. Davis with a screen on Durant. And here's James outside. Buries the long-range jumper. James has got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers. And so it's Indiana heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. No blow-bys.
Now preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his team get burned on that end.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Curry. Fred Benyama's out there with Mobley. And it's Durant, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 1. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the miss from Evan Mobley. Gobert, no good.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Outside, KD. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Davis.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
He doesn't get the second one.
KD, one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA. The intrigue is how he does it with his stature. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And a guy any team would love to have. The quiet confidence of Kawhi has worked throughout his career.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Curry. Releases. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Now here's LeBron. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound, Atlanta. Wembanyama's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Wow, Durant with a heroic drive.
He's just too long and lanky. Durant can go through you or around on the inside.
Durant against LeBron. Six to shoot. Fires at the elbow. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Durant. The Hawks trail by 3. Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these rejections. Gobert has all the physical tools and razor-sharp reflexes as a defender.
Now here's James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to James. Releases from the wing and drills it. James has got 23 points.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the miss from KD.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
Curry against Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry is inside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to LeBron. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Antetokounmpo passes to Curry. Good. And Giannis picking up the assist. Giannis has got his 8th assist in the game. James against Durant. We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter of this one. James in the post, defended by Durant.
And the incredible reach of Wembanyama, helping him knock away that one. And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Now here's Curry. Wembanyama, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
Well, with his size, Wembanyama is the ideal option in close situations. Wembanyama will get a clean look.
Leonard the pass to Gobert, and he commits the intentional foul. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Here's Davis. James outside. And they double up James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Durant finds Wembanyama. Here's Curry. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Seconds left in the game. To the middle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And this is important for Wembanyama's development, wanting to step up and be a leader.
For Atlanta, Wembanyama. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. So he gets them both.
And now down to a 1-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Team foul. At the line for Indiana, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Antetokounmpo finds Wembanyama. And it's off from 3-point range. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
For the Pacers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kawhi. The defense, of course, keyed in on slowing you down tonight, but your teammates stepped up. How important is that for you?
It feels great, you know. That's what a championship team is about. You know, when your star's not going or they double teaming you, then you got other guys knocking down big shots like they did tonight.
The others came correct, man, and you got the dub. Congrats. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, LeBron James.
The Hawks on their way to the locker room earlier, hoping to sit. Welcome everyone to NBA. And it opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, BA. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
A look at Indiana's starting group. We've got LeBron James, Mobley out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Kevin Durant, and it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, BA. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
Free throw is good from Durant. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
And both free throws good for Durant. And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Wembanyama, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. Pass to Tatum. Puts up a three. Pacers with a rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Last time they lost a close one against this team. You have to wonder what they could have done if it wasn't for their foul trouble in that game.
When you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
Antetokounmpo with it. Now guarded by Mobley. The three from Curry sinks the tray.
Off a pass, Steph Curry, that one is always going in, or almost always going in.
James outside. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Top of the key. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
From the line. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
That pull-up shot is unguardable. Can't lay off Giannis for even a second.
Antetokounmpo against James. Durant with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Right side Durant. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Durant taking every last second there to get off his shot. This guy's got a flair for the dramatic at times.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Curry. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Durant. Curry's shot is off.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now here's Gobert. Shoots over Curry. Durant's shot is off.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Outside Curry. Antetokounmpo surveys. Curry against Durant. Here's Davis. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
That free throw good from Davis. You know, Clark, 2024 saw Anthony Davis make his return to the All-Star game.
And really, B.A., such a pleasure to see him back on the court, healthy and producing. That's not been an issue. The issue has been him being hurt and not being able to be on the court. But he's a perennial all-star when he's healthy and playing and doing exactly what he's done throughout his career at both ends, be a dominant center.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. Since we have a moment, here are last year's most efficient scorers around the league. Second is Rudy Gobert.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. Tatum against Durant. Doesn't go that time. Tatum with some nice D. And here's Curry for three. And Atlanta misses again. Pacers trail by 3. Outside Durant. Pass to James. There's a minute 12 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. The shot that time not on target. Atlanta leading by 3. Tatum with it. Still without a bucket. Uncovered. And he hits the jumper.
This is why Tatum is a superstar. His confidence in shooting the ball right away, quick release, money.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Durant against Tatum. Right side Durant. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
You know, the defense is all over Durant inside, but, you know, his length and agility and high release point allow him to still make it happen.
Curry against Durant. Now here's Curry. Wembanyama, screen on Durant. And the basket by Curry.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
And it goes! He gets it! Wow!
Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer.
Whew. That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hawks ahead, leading by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And for the Hawks guys, what jumps out to you statistically?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
The Hawks lead by 3. On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. Rudy Gobert is out there with Evan Mobley. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
And Atlanta with possession here. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Now Leonard. No points so far. James outside. Offline with a 3.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Kept alive. Wembanyama finds Curry. Stolen by Mobley. In transition, here come the Pacers. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Atlanta.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
The free throw drops for Leonard. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Graham, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team. And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
All right, fans, it's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. Let's be on.
Here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Zach Rizachet.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Durant. Easy money for KD inside.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Down low. KD out here flexing on people.
An outstanding performance from Durant so far. But you know what? That's par for the course for him. He's just a natural scorer.
Wembanyama against Gobert. Tatum looking it over. Davis a screen. 4 on the clock. And he lobs it up top. Oh, Giannis picking it out of the sky.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Mobley, right side. Pass to Durant. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds in the game. Gobert against Antetokounmpo. The 3 from Wembanyama. Indiana with a rebound. James has got 4 rebounds now. Durant with a screen on Tatum. James passes to Durant. They double team Durant to the middle. Out to Mobley. There's the 3. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul of the game. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Antetokounmpo against James. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Tatum. Outside Curry. Three-pointer. James with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 2. Clark, what's incredible about LeBron? He makes as big of an impact off the court as he does on it.
B.A., I think it's going to be one of the great case studies when he's all done playing. How he's impacted the game and uplifted people across the country and world. He's a tremendous advocate for social justice. He's obviously a shrewd and successful businessman. And he's been a vocal leader who also leads by example. He's actually epitomizing the change he'd like to see in other folks and inspiring along the way.
Now, here is James. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Utah.
And he may have posed even more problems with his passing. They had to worry about him as a scorer and a distributor.
Here's James. Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
Excellent mobility right there. I like when Gobert rolls to the rim with that aggression.
23 seconds left to play in the first half. Antetokounmpo finds Davis. Here's Wembanyama. The 3 is up. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. Pass to James. Puts up a deep three. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Hawks, doing some damage from deep. He now has 5 3-pointers in the game. We'll be right back.
Over at Little Caesars Arena, the Pistons will face off against the Grizzlies. That one's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And now looking at the Pacers in this one, no separation to be found from either side.
Love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Davis. Stephen Curry is out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Jason Tatum, and it's Wembanyama in at the power forward position. So that's the Hawks 5.
You got to be careful how you guard Curry. Because he's so skilled with the ball and as a shooter, he's able to figure out ways to draw fouls.
And that one falls for Curry. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
They double-team Durant. Here's Gobert over Wembanyama. The kick to Durant from behind the arc. Rebound Atlanta.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Mobley passes to Durant. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Durant's got 14 points.
Sweet mid-range jumper for Kevin Durant. He's dialed in wherever he shoots it from.
Pass to Wembanyama. And he's going for the oop here. James with a steal. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Here we go, fans. ATL Dancers.
And the way they attacked the glass was absolutely infectious, finishing in the top 10 in total rebounding in the league.
And what saved them in a lot of games, the second chance points. They were relentless on the offensive glass. Tatum passes to Antetokounmpo. Now Wembanyama. Leonard defending. Pass to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it falls all over the rim and in. Curry's gotten 4 this quarter.
As a defender, it's got to be a futile feeling when Curry's in the zone like this.
And there's James from the arc. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds tonight. Tatum passes to Wembanyama. Here's Curry. Leonard defending. That's good from Curry on the assist by Wembanyama. And it's a three-point Atlanta lead. And so Durant will bring it up for the Pacers. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. KD from KD. Wow.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with the three of his own.
And here's Curry for three. Leonard pulls down the board. Indiana's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Pass to James. Now Gobert to the paint. From 8 feet. Durant's shot is off.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Wembanyama. Pass to Curry. The three ball. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got 3 assists in the game. Antetokounmpo against James. Launches it. Durant with another miss. Atlanta leading by 3. Davis, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Curry looking it over. Davis with a screen on Leonard. Another 3 for Atlanta.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And once again, off the mark by Indiana.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Outside Tatum from the arc. Tatum! Money from deep.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
James against Antetokounmpo. James inside. Over Antetokounmpo. Punching it inside. LeBron.
His overall size and strength really sets James apart from the rest of his peers when you think about his skill set inside.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on LeBron James. Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Antetokounmpo.
He is creeping up in those all-time conversations. Giannis has won regular season and Finals MVP plus Defensive Player of the Year. Quite the resume, and he is not done for a while, folks.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with. A beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him. An attitude of joy and unselfishness.
James against Antetokounmpo. Fires the 3. The shot by James, no good. And so it's Atlanta. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Pacers trail by 9. On the court for the Pacers, Evan Mobley out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Kevin Durant. And it's James in at the point. Durant finds James. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by Atlanta. Wembanyama's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Well, the Pacers shooting an average of 43% from the floor. It's James on the wing. Antetokounmpo covering. Antetokounmpo against James. Pass to Durant. Over Curry. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Durant's got 19 points.
Yeah, one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Tatum a screen on James. Tatum against Leonard. A little mid-range shot is up. Here's Davis. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Look at AD, and you know he's taking his share of contact. Quite honestly, that just comes with the territory when you're a dominant offensive player like him.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Atlanta?
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
That free throw, no good.
At his best, Davis is an MVP caliber player. One of the true franchise guys in the league.
Good on the second one.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told his team, once you grab the rebound, run with the ball. Don't give them a single second to catch their breath. We control the pace of this game, not them. Guys, expect the pace to pick up.
Appreciate the report, Allie. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Here's James, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. They pin that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
BA, I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. And he's in that category, one of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
Both good from the line that time.
Look, the physicality has always stood out with LeBron. It's been obvious, but his basketball IQ is what makes him such a special player. I mean, he sees the game like very few ever have.
Now here's Curry. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Durant inside. Tatum's there. Durant, pass to Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
And has to fight through contact to get the finish. Mobley keeping his cool under duress.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Curry. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Durant. And here's Curry for 3. Wembanyama, great positioning on the putback. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Great job of passing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Pass to James. Over on Antetokounmpo. James can't get it to go.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
Here's Curry. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. And now it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
James deciding where to go with it. LeBron going downhill. Leonard for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 4th assist in this one. Antetokounmpo against James. Right side Tatum. Outside Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Davis, the pass to Wembanyama. There's Tatum with the 3. Indiana with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Durant draws the double. Tatum against Gobert. Back to Durant. Shoots over Curry. That's good from Durant on the assist from Gobert. Now just a 3-point Hawks lead.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. There's a minute 17 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Curry. Inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
Now, here is James. Oh, he nails it! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
Here's Curry. Over Durant. Curry, no good.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Durant, pass to Mobley. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. It's on Stephen Curry.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
No good for Mobley. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And Curry's really a master at drawing contact. Defense has to be careful when defending.
The first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Couldn't have asked for anything better there. Only a 3 can tie it now.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Antetokounmpo against James. Mobley, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Count it! And that one brings them within one.
Boy, making the right decision in pick and rolls, the right basketball play, James is excellent at that.
And so they foul intentionally.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
First free throw is good, and that'll put them up 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. James against Curry. Outside Durant to take the lead. Oh my! What a shot!
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
And here's Curry for 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. And so the big win by Indiana in a tight game. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Kawhi, that was a thrilling matchup tonight. What does it mean to pull out a close game like this?
It's great because we're trying to build. We're doing it too late. In the fourth quarter, we're playing hard, making shots, but we got to start off early. Too many mistakes in the first half. We end up closing it down in the fourth quarter, though.
When it mattered the most. Thanks, Kawhi. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And we present the player of the game, Kevin Durant.
The starting lineup for the visiting Indiana Pacers.
Opening day, and what a great day it is. Greg, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that offseason work.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Anthony Davis. LeBron James is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the shot by Kevin Durant. A three from LeBron. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. And here's Atlanta. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
Here's Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Right side, Davis. Down low. Mobley with the block.
Mobley is one of the best defenders in the NBA. When he's not blocking shots, he's altering.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And you have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Now here's Curry. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Great open look there.
Looks so effortless for Kevin Durant, making long-range shots look unchallenging.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Quinn Snyder. Of course, they know they have their work cut out for them with LeBron on the court. He told me James hasn't really lost a step. He's a constant problem out there, so I'm ready to try anything, including just throwing extra bodies at him. Of course, that probably means some double teams in LeBron's immediate future. Guys?
Thanks, David. While we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Pacers 4th.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Leonard finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's James. Left side, Leonard shoots over Curry, on target from 13 feet.
One thing LeBron James can dictate is how his teammates get going. Smart pass there.
And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck in middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
And that one is good.
Yeah, it's been years and years of coaches trying to figure out how you stop Kevin Durant. Just so long, so agile, and too good.
Now here's LeBron. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Giannis. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Durant kicks to Curry. From the arc, KD can't get it to go. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Trailing by 2. Pass to James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Assertive shot by Gilgeous-Alexander, not giving him a chance.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Antetokounmpo inside. Defended by Gobert. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, if you think that Giannis was going to stop working after he won a title, what do you think he's going to do in the years that they don't? This guy continues to be one of the hardest workers in the NBA.
And both free throws good for Giannis.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Now here's Leonard. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot is off. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Antetokounmpo dishes to KD. Wembanyama, a screen on Leonard. To the inside. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that
one home. LeBron against Giannis. Puts one up from 19. That shot misses.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's Atlanta. They're up by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for the Hawks guys, what stands out to you stance-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Pacers trail by 4. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Curry. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Evan Mobley. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Durant in at the 3. And here's Giannis after LeBron James hitting the 3. James against Giannis. Mobley right side. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by KD. No good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense. I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Wembanyama. From down in the low post, it goes. Wembanyama's got his second basket. Pacers trail by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. first free throw is good. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Mobley sets the pick for Antetokounmpo to the paint. And Mobley throws it down.
Well, he's got great sight lines, Giannis does, especially where he gets the ball. So he surveys the court, takes a good picture, and makes a great pass.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's coming off an excellent season. How about 30 points per game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds? And he does a great job of just attacking the glass, really determined to track it down.
Anticipation, when it comes to rebounding, that can separate elite ones from average ones.
On defense, the Hawks. 3-point lead. Takes it out to Leonard. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Leonard's got 5.
And by the numbers, Kawhi is one of the most efficient three-point shooters ever.
Antetokounmpo passes to Wembanyama. Fires the 3. Pacers with the rebound. Leonard with the ball. He has 5. Pass to LeBron. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Gobert with a screen on Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Again, Indiana.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Outside Durant. Launches a 3. Oh, the silky smooth 3 from KD.
I don't know how you get out and disrupt Kevin Durant on that catch and shoot.
Pass to James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And so Curry will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And here's Giannis. James covering. KD against Gobert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
And he can't get the first one.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
And he can't hit the second.
And really, as solid as he's been at the line, I had already chalked those points up. Goes to show you, though, don't take anything for granted.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. KD, that's for 2. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Gilgeous-Alexander with it, guarded now by Durant. Pass to James. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Curry pulls it down.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Here's Wembanyama. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. That's a 2-pointer. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Davis finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to James. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. This is his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And that one misses.
And the sustained greatness of LeBron James, just something when you take a step back, you really marvel at. We truly have been witnesses to something special.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And he nails the third.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Curry against Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Curry. He's guarded closely. Wembanyama, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pacers lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. And thinking about the shot. Let's hear it from the participants.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
I think for Atlanta, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And now, let's get into the Indiana Pacers game. It's been a close one so far.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And so it's Indiana with it. It's a 3-point game. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Davis is out there with Gobert. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's LeBron at the point guard position. And here comes the break. Holds it up there for Mobley. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
Brent, Kawhi Leonard seems to be at his best. He is his most incredible when it matters the most.
Yeah, I think we sometimes tend to forget about how dominant Kawhi was in the performances at the biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin, and I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. We know, Brent, throughout his career, Kawhi Leonard has always been sensational on both ends of the floor.
It's a great point, Kevin, and it's sort of making me think about history. You know how history can sometimes be boring, but it's something you should study. Kawhi Leonard is that kind of player. Young guys should be studying what Kawhi represents in terms of his two-way prowess, dominating on the offensive end and just a menace on defense. So kids, history is important. Study Kawhi Leonard.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says they've done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am and how I play throughout the organization. The guys and the coaches have adapted to that. Good things are happening. I want us to be the best team in the league. Kevin, he's certainly taking them in the right direction.
David, I'm infatuated with this guy as you are. He does so much at such a young age. Man, the sky is the limit. Free throw drops for KD.
I mean, there's no doubt that Kevin Durant is still one of the most lethal long-range players in the game today.
And so Durant nails them both. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Just 5 to shoot. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Davis against Wembanyama. Outside Durant. Mobley sets the pick for KD. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Leonard the pass to Davis. Ignores ignoring the contact, Anthony Davis.
And you could forget the jumpers right now, AD. Keep going inside, big fella.
Giannis high post. Working on James. Antetokounmpo kicks to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Make some noise for your ATL Sixers.
And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average three-point attempts versus two-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Indiana.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Pacers leading by 4. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Outside Curry. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
This will be his 4th shot at the line in this one. Free throw good, LeBron. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Indiana. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Durant feeling it out a bit. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Giannis. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. 5 on the clock. The shot by Curry, no good. Indiana leading by 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And LeBron used to getting hit. This is the level of attention this man attracts from the D.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Shooting 2.
free throw good. James.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:04 left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Durant. Leonard with the steal. Pushing it up. Clears Leonard with the bucket in transition. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Indiana.
Yeah, and they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the made shot from Evan Mobley.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They get it again. Wembanyama passes to Mobley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mobley's got 6.
Sometimes basketball is a simple game. Get that ball to Evan Mobley inside, and good things will happen.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 15. Here's James. Hands the shot from the wing. James has got 7 points here in this quarter. And so it's Indiana in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have had their sights set on Kevin Durant, and they've done a terrific job holding him in check. We come back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The Hawks trail by 8. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Wembanyama's out there with Durant. Then there's Mobley. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Curry in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Durant. Clock at 6. Oh, Durant! What concentration!
One of those nights that Kevin Durant is just massive for his team. For my money, this guy's the best scoring forward of all time.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Davis. Up top, Leonard, guarded by Curry. Outside for Davis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. And the Pacers lead by 9.
And the defense will settle for AD shooting threes. Better that than him going inside.
Wembanyama against Davis. Here's Curry with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Leonard finds James. And they double up James. Here's Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Intelligent play there by Davis. He knows he has the defense on their heels as soon as he gets the ball that close to the rim.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
I think as fans, you always want to see the best in the league healthy. Anthony Davis out there tonight, and the NBA is just better when AD's playing.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And one of the best big men in the game, Davis continuing to prove how dominant he is.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They've led by as much as 10. Inside, Gobert. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Gobert's got his first bucket in this one.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now here's Durant. Pacers with the rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the middle. Here's LeBron. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Davis. He's looking for LeBron and finds him. Shoots over Curry, and James with the basket on the assist by Davis. And now it's a 10-point Pacer lead. To the paint, Leonard with the steal. And here we go, fast break. James has got it. LeBron right to the finish.
LeBron James in full speed right there. What size and skill coming down the lane.
And a deep three from Curry. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Curry's got 12 points in just the second half. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. James in the high post. Antetokounmpo's there. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
Up top, Curry. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. They double-team Curry. Puts up a deep 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now LeBron fades. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Curry is inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Durant against Davis. The shot by KD. No good. Indiana's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Pacers.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split 2 games apiece.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
The Hawks again can't hit. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. LeBron, in the fourth quarter, were you looking to be aggressive?
Yeah, just try to close the game out. You know, my teammates looked for me in the fourth quarter to close the game out with my scoring and just my playmaking ability. So, you know, to be able to go out there and come through for it means a lot.
I know they're used to it by now, but I know you're still happy with the win. Congrats. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.